Hi, my name is Deborah. I'm a mom, a pharmacist. So today, things I'll be talking about have come up in several conversations I've had with amazing women in my DMs. Today, I will just talk on them. The first thing is, people would usually say, "What was the pregnancy like?" Now, I would say pregnancy, from my own point of view, pregnancy is not a one size fits all thing. And it's very common, or it's cliche to say, oh, not all pregnancies are the same. Yeah, not all pregnancies are the same, and pregnancy is different for different people. But as someone who has been pregnant twice, who has had two babies, I would say, even as a person, no two pregnancies are the same. There were a lot of things I experienced in my first pregnancy that I didn't experience in my second, and vice versa. My two pregnancies were not easy. Some people have it easy, and I am happy for them, and I really wish every woman would go through an easy pregnancy. But should I be honest, not everybody can have it easy. Very few people actually do have it easy, like seamless pregnancy. So for me, my both pregnancies were not easy. What was the pregnancy like? Pregnancy, literally walking through hell, going to hell and coming back. Some of the things that come up in our discussions are like, what were your expectations of motherhood and what is your reality at the moment? So, truth is, every woman, or I would say most women, have expectations of pregnancies or motherhood. So, I'll start with pregnancy. As someone who is a health professional, already knew that okay, pregnancy was not like a walk in the park. So, well, when I get to the bridge, I'll cross it, right? But I wish there was some form of depth in the things that people usually talk about, right? When it came to pregnancy, pregnancy is far more than what we just see outwardly, right? For a lot of people, some of them, their outward look changes, some nothing changes, some they're just like that. But beyond that, a lot goes on inside. Yeah, a lot of physiological changes that we do not see with our eyes, and sometimes those changes do not go back to like what they were before or pre-pregnancy, right? And with motherhood, aside the whole glamorous thing we see online, motherhood is a lot more. Motherhood is mental, physical, spiritual, financial, psychological. You understand? You have to be always at alert, right? You have to be ready to cater to another human. I wouldn't say it's the easiest, but I feel like with determination, anyone can be a good mother. So my reality versus my expectations, truth is, what I expected with motherhood was not what I. You understand? It's typically what I ordered versus what I got. But it gets easier. When I say get easier, you just come to you just come to understand that yeah, I gotta do what I gotta do, and eventually, like I normally say, eventually I'll be fine. So that's motherhood for me. As much as I wouldn't want to scare anyone with my kind of content, and sometimes I feel like when I when I have discussions with women in my DM, sometimes I feel like I feel like my content kind of scares them. Like, oh my God, no, 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 no. The truth is, God has empowered us women to do all of this as much as hard as it is. God has entrusted this whole process of procreation into our hands, and with God's grace, I feel like women will be fine. But it's not easy. So just have it at the back of your mind that it's just like you want to succeed, you want to do something, you want to succeed at something. I know it's not easy, but I just gotta do it. Yeah, just once you have that mentality, motherhood is not easy, but because I want to be a mother, I just have to do it, and I have to show up. I have to keep showing up. I hope you understand me. And the third one would be, yeah, do you feel the struggles of motherhood are being talked about enough here? Well, truthfully, in the 21st century, in this our social media age, and the way like all of the whole awareness, motherhood, pregnancy awareness kind of thing is the rate at which it's going now. I think the younger generation would, they have access to more resource, more resource. They have access to a lot of things, have access to information that we, I would say we did not have access to, because the information out then, before people like us, became mothers, it was not that what would I call it now, in depth. It was just basically, oh, this is what I do. The, more like they made motherhood feel glamorous, and looking at the generation of our mothers, they did not really sit us down and say, see, it's not easy to be a mother. You have to be like this, you have to be like this, and kind of prepare us. So it was more like our mothers were just like swallowing it all up. They were just surviving through the pain. Yeah. Surviving through the pain, through the struggles of motherhood, and like, I just gotta do this, I just gotta keep showing up for my kids. And they did not at any point try to make the kids understand that being a parent is not easy. And before you get this are the things, these are the things, these are the struggles, these are the struggles, these are the struggles. So in a way, you're mentally prepared. Okay, and you're not just hit boom, like boom, you just become a mother, boom, you just start saying that, okay, now I gotta keep, I have to start showing up whether I like it or not, whether I'm in a good mental space or not, whether I feel like I want to parent or not. Now I am a parent and I just have to keep showing up, you understand? So that way I feel like right now information is being pushed out compared to, I would say, 3, 4, 5 years ago. What would you do differently now, pregnancy wise? So I would do differently now if I were to be pregnant again. Is first of all, the minute you realize that you're pregnant, the first thing, for the first 3 months, you should always take folic acid, right? And eat foods rich in folate. So if the folic acid is making you throw up or whatever, eat fruits and veggies that are rich in folate, right? So first of all, that's like the first thing I would do. Then secondly, I'll try as much as possible to not give in to all cravings. So when I say that a particular craving is something sugary, right, I will not give in to it. That's like the first thing. Secondly, I'll eat less carbs, more veggies. If I cannot take the prenatal supplements, I'll make sure as much as possible to take fruits and vegetables, inculcate that into my diet. Like for every meal, it comes with fruits and vegetables, and fruits and vegetables rich in folic acid, in iron, in calcium, and in magnesium. Don't forget folic acid, iron, calcium, and magnesium. Those four. I'll make sure as much as possible to eat foods rich in that. If I cannot take prenatal supplements, some people can't even swallow any form of medication, any kind of drug, whatever. So if that is the case, the best way to make sure that your baby is fine, your baby is growing well, your baby has all the necessary vitamins and minerals, is to eat foods rich in those four. Then I would also try to inculcate exercise 3 times a week. Try to take long walks, like 1 hour walk 3 times a week. So that's like 3 hours all in a week. And as much as possible, I would do less stressful things. I would try to be as active as possible, but less stressful things. I would say, do you think men should be coached on pregnancy and how to react to their wives when pregnant? Absolutely. Why? In caps now. YES. So the thing is, a lot of us had no idea we didn't have idea of how to be mothers, how to be parents, and we were not coached. by our parents, or maybe I'll say our mothers, right? Same goes with the men. A lot of them do not have an idea what it means to be pregnant, what it means to be a husband of a pregnant woman, or how to go about things, how to react to things, how to show up. What I would say is, as much as possible, I believe men should be coached, and that coaching will start from our own generation as mothers to boys and girls as well. We should try as much as possible to coach our children from time to time. Tell them this: when someone is pregnant, this is how they feel. Like from time to time, just give them one or two stories. That way it sticks with them. They grow with that empathy. They get to understand that when they become husbands, this is how they should show up for their wives. These are the things that they should do, because like I said, a lot of them, it's not from a place of maybe they want to be bad or they want to be wicked, but it comes with them not really understanding what to do, how to go when their wives are pregnant. And also, as wives too, I feel like a lot of communication is necessary. We should communicate, this is how you should do, and just to make them understand. It depends on how you and your spouse, how you relate, but if you can make your spouse know that, okay, when I'm feeling like this is what I expect you to do, this is what I want you to do, this should be your response, you understand? So when you come to that understanding, then I feel like life becomes easier. Sixth question is, what is it like balancing work life, motherhood, and being a wife? Work life, motherhood, and being a wife. It's crazy. As someone who does all of this and tries to balance it could drive you crazy. Just imagine, as a single person, how tired you always were. You're always tired from work, right? Work tires you out. Now imagine that you now have to add another human being into your life, which is like that person solely dependent on you, which is your child. Then you have to add being a wife, that's being accountable to somebody, catering for that person too. Because I mean, a wife, you have to look after your husband and your children. So it's mental, it's doable, but I feel like priority part time, per situation is the way I balance it, and I feel like that's like the best way to go about it. Priority, you have your job, you have your kids, you have your role as a wife, and you have your own life, right? So part time, whatever circumstance you find yourself, the best way to go about it is to prioritize. For instance, today I have to show up at my kids' school. I have to make food for my family, and yeah, my husband has to eat something, and I have to also work, and I have to also like look after myself. So basically, the first thing I do is first of all, you have to look after yourself. That way, you can, once you are okay here, right, you can do pretty much anything. So first of all, and the way I go about it is, the first thing I do every day is I look after myself, like outward. I have my bath. I try to like take a few minutes, spend some time in the shower. That way, I begin to strategize on how to go about my day. And once I have my bath, then yes, I feel like yes, my day has started, right? That's like priority at that point for me. Then the next step is, okay, what am I doing next? Am I going to shop at my kids' school? Am I going to shop, or am I going to make breakfast first? You understand? And that way, as much as it feels like my hands are always busy, so time I want to do that, so time I want to do this. I already have a mental picture of what exactly I want to do, and try as much as possible to execute them. Prioritizing situations per circumstance, per time, is the only way I feel like you can balance it. is motherhood and mental health. God, this one is a topic that if I should start, I would not end it. Like I said earlier, you have to be okay here, right? You have to be okay here. That means you have to be okay mentally to be able to show up for yourself, for your kids, and for your spouse, your husband, right? Because truth is, if you're not physically okay, mentally okay, you can only try. You will not get there. You will not be okay. You will not enjoy yourself. Your kids will not enjoy you. Your husband will not enjoy you. So the best way to go about this is to be okay here. So always look out for your mental health. Always look out for yourself here. Make sure you are okay here. Once you're okay here, you can find your way around things. You can decide to say, okay, this particular thing, I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to keep it for now. I will do something else, right? And much later, I can come back to it. So basically, that is how it works with motherhood. So to avoid too much pressure, too much stress, which will eventually tell on you, and you become an unnecessarily cranky mom, cranky wife. You're always like very angry and all of that. So prioritize your mental health as much as possible. Whatever it is that makes you happy, go out and do it. Make sure that you're okay here. Once you're okay here, then life becomes like easy, soft. You understand? So do what makes you, do things that elate you more, do things that make you happy, and makes you okay mentally. That makes sense. So basically that is all about this whole conversation. If you have any other thing you feel like I could talk about, drop in the comments or let's talk in the DM like we always do. Bye.